Hi, welcome back to the Homeschooling Homemaker. Today I will be attempting my first actual full year review of a curriculum. I have been teaching My Father's World to my son, and you wanted to say hi and say hi. If you want to come say hi.
Hi.
We have done My Father's World since pre-K. So we started out with Voyage of Discovery, and we've done their kindergarten curriculum. Let's see, I'm looking at their catalog real quick. So we've done Voyage of Discovery, and we've done the kindergarten one, which is God's Creation from A to Z. And then last year we did Learning God's Story, which is first grade. And we're going to be starting into the second grade curriculum this year.
Yeah, fun. And I get to read for 20 minutes.
He's excited. And anyway, I don't know why I haven't reviewed, well, I guess I do know why. I haven't really started my channel. It hasn't been a full year since I've started my channel. So I haven't done reviews of, can you go sit down now, please? I haven't done reviews of pre-K or kindergarten in the past because that was before my channel. And honestly, I've already sold my kindergarten curriculum. I think I still have my preschool, some of it, but I don't have a lot of the material. And it's been so long past, I didn't really feel right about reviewing it. But I mean, maybe I'll bring it up, but I remember I enjoyed them a lot. Obviously, I'm still continuing with My Father's World, so that tells you how much I enjoyed the curriculum. And but I wanted to go ahead and do my first official review for first grade. I should have done this at the very end of first grade when it was fresh in our minds. I didn't, but I want to try to do it now before we get into our second grade curriculum. But anyway, so if you are looking into My Father's World, again, the Voyage of Discovery was our first dealing with it. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was great. Kindergarten was really good as well. I liked how they did a lot of stuff in there. First grade we enjoyed, and I'm just going to kind of review the first grade curriculum a little bit. So it's called Learning God's Story. It's a complete, easy to use first grade curriculum with a phonics and Bible-based reading program. It includes language arts, history, science, math, and music. So, and so that's another thing. For My Father's World, for preschool, kindergarten, first grade, it includes everything for those three. Up to this point, through first grade, everything is included in the curriculum that you'll need. It includes reading, writing, Bible, history, science, math, character development, art, and music, all in one box curriculum. Okay, now another thing, since I didn't review this right after it happened, I don't have everything with me. I have most things. I do not have the Bible reader or the Bible notebook. I've packed those away already, and those are things that are keepsakes and not something to then resell. Most of the stuff here I will resell if I can, or give away. But anyway, start out with what the teacher's manual looks like. This is the teacher's manual, and all their teacher's manuals will show you a lesson review in the front. It goes through each week telling you, what's going to be covered in Bible history, reading, math, science, and the topics. It really lays out everything for you. There's actually little preparation because they will do things for you. You can see that the lesson plans are already put together for you. You just have to, you can see it's laid out like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday scenario. Usually in My Father's World, the Friday is left pretty light, and that allows for, like many homeschoolers that take advantage of a co-op situation. And the co-op situation might be a Friday, it might be a Wednesday, whatever. You can move around the days that fit you. And that lends itself to being able to be a 4-day program if you want it to be a 4-day program, which we do. We use it as a 4-day program. Anyway, it'll tell you what you need to do, for history, C notes for what is history. Okay, or the next day it'll say, read these pages. Okay, and anyway, the curriculum comes with the teacher's manual that lays it all out for you. And also in the back of the teacher's manual will be a list of suggested reading for each week that will be themed to your week's work that you can either then buy or check out from the library. Comes with the teacher's manual, comes with a packet of student sheets. Again, not shown. You would then have to buy a packet of student sheets. And the student sheets will then, on each page, it'll tell you what week it is assigned with. It'll come in order. And then you can go ahead and I'll show you. I probably have shown you this before. You can put it in a file box with the weeks and prepare for the whole year that way. Anyway, so teacher's manual, student sheets, and it came with a Bible reader, which is at their reading level. Again, first grade kind of goes through teaching reading, and so it starts out slow and it progresses throughout the Bible reader, and the Bible reader is like it sounds, a little reader, but it's also, you can color the pictures throughout it as you go. The Bible notebook that comes with the Bible reader is then slowly starts teaching them how to summarize their reading. So they will do the reading in the Bible reader, they will color the picture, then they'll take their Bible notebook, and it'll start out, you might have one sentence that they have to kind of summarize, and by the end you're summarizing what they read in like 4 sentences, and they're writing it in their own words by the end of the school year. Okay, so some more language arts. So again, that's mostly language arts is all through the manual, student sheets, and the reader, and the Bible notebook. There's also animals that is suggested as part of the reading. It's poetry. And then, along with all the book lists that's suggested in the back, they also have Honey for a Child's Heart, which is reading for the parent, that has a lot of good book lists in it for read-alouds and things like that you can do with your child. I am keeping this one. I'm not reselling this one. This will be good for years to come. Another thing we had was Tales from Cherry Lane, and I do believe this is a newer edition little reader. It kind of goes through stories that I guess would kind of tie in with the 10 Commandments. It was a nice little reader. What'd you think of this one? It's not a reader. I read it aloud to him, but they're just like 2 pages a day, maybe. You thought this one was good? And then also there was a devotional, My Big Book of 5-Minute Devotions. What'd you think here?
Oh.
Do you remember these? They're mostly like animal stories. And they would also it would be a devotion, and then there'd be questions on the side that the student would then answer.
It was fine.
It was fine? This one, I would say, they did maybe one of these almost every day until it was done, or every other day. It seems like we did that one quite often. I actually bought another one that says More Big Book of 5-Minute Devotions, but we haven't done that one yet. I might do that this year or in the future. We're currently doing a devotional right now, so I might wait on it. But anyway, moving on. So that kind of covered the language arts, I would say, and spiritual growth, because we kind of covered devotions. And then the language arts and the reading is kind of tied in with a Bible reader, so you get your Bible and your language arts all in one. And then again, you had poetry and read aloud with the animals, and the tales from Cherry Lane. So now I'm going to move into what they do for math. Now, math, we use Matthew C, but the math was light enough in first grade that I did go ahead and do the majority of what they suggested for My Father's World as well as what we were doing in Matthew C. But anyway, they have a little workbook. I found these two secondhand, like one was free and one was like $1, I think, instead of buying the complete workbook through My Father's World, because I knew I was doing Matthew C, and if there was a few missing worksheets in the math workbook, I wouldn't care that much because we were doing an official math curriculum through Matthew C. We did beta for first grade, and we're going to be doing gamma for third. Anyway, so I just picked up 2 used ones total for $1, and there was plenty of worksheets in them still that I was able to do the majority of what My Father's World suggested workbook wise for math. It also came with some nice addition subtraction flashcards, which we did use these mostly on the weekends.
Yes.
Did you like doing that with Dad?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.
You think so?
Maybe.
So that was in there. It also includes a little clock. We used some with.
Have that.
Well, you have other clocks, but
Yes,
this was.
I have 2. One cardboard and one something else.
This came with the curriculum, and we used it when we were learning about telling time. Also, part of math was these cubes. This is the part that we pretty much skipped. This was another part. Yes, these are not included in the curriculum. He just wants to show you those. Can you sit down there, please? Anyway, these were included in the math curriculum to teach number concepts. But we didn't really use these, more just to play with and for fun, because a lot of the suggested math was stuff he had already done, and we were doing math UC. So we didn't really use this as much, but we did go ahead and do a lot of the worksheet pages from the math and the flashcards. And the clock we used not only with their telling time, but we actually just used this for fun with the Matthew C. There was also pattern animals. We bought this one secondhand, and whoever we got it from actually did us the favor of already having all of the insides laminated, which was quite nice. So this was great. Well, all we did here was just once a week, we did one sheet, both sides, and it came with these pattern blocks that you would then, fill out where they would go on the image. And there's that's all this book was. A lot of those that you could do like one a week, pattern blocks, which I thought was really fun. We usually did these on Friday, and I think that's what the curriculum calls for. And it was I waited all summer, and I should have done it right at the end, so it was fresh in my mind. But I think that's when we did it. And it was a fun little way to just end out the week with the pattern animals. That covers the math portion. And then moving on to science. Sorry, I just got a big cloud over the window, so it's kind of dark in here now. But science with water. So we've got some Usborne here, and we had science with plants. And then they also had this Usborne Explainers, Things Outdoors. These were pretty fun and light. They were easy to read during the week, but then they also had experiments, which I would read the information during the week, and then I would usually wait until the weekend to do the experiment. And that, honestly, he did most of the experiments for science with his dad on the weekends. So we would read them during the week, and then we'd be able to fit in fun experiments on the weekends with these science books. And that is what was covered for the first grade science. So what did you think about these science books and some of the experiments you did?
Well, some of them, were fine.
Can you think of a experiment in particular, like one of your favorites? What was one of your favorite experiments?
I can't remember.
You can't remember? I know, again, we waited until the end of summer to do this review. Next time for second grade, I will do it right after we do it. But you don't remember some of these? I know that you guys grew a bean plant.
Yes,
we did that.
Yes, we grew a bean plant.
Grew a bean plant.
we couldn't.
I know you made a water wheel. They made a water wheel.
Yes.
That must have been in the science with water. Oh, I think you learned about there. Yeah, see, they made a water wheel.
Yes.
Just all different types of experiments, like on evaporation and.
Tooth is wiggly.
Okay. Anyway, that's the science for first grade. Then there was art and music. There was 2 parts to art. There was drawing. Drawing with children was part of the art curriculum. And so that was the actual practicing drawing. And then there was also enjoying art together, which was more a picture study. It had lots of different art pieces that we would learn about the artist, look at the image, answer some questions about it. I really liked that. I loved doing the picture studies. What did you think about the picture studies?
It
And
was okay.
It was okay. And then
Good.
when we were done doing, we would learn the picture study, and then I would hang it up all week, remember? And we'd look at that image.
And then there was music.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
What about the drawing with children?
Yes.
This one I thought was a little bit involved. They don't assign the whole book, thankfully. It was okay, but it was pretty meaty compared to the other open and go feel of a lot of the curriculum. So you did have to do some reading ahead of time and preparations before doing these projects. And anyway, I thought it was okay, but we are moving on to they're suggesting a different art curriculum for second, so I'm kind of excited to see if that is any different.
And then there
But
was
as far as
music.
the picture study, I really enjoyed that. Yes, then there was the music study. We covered Peter and the Wolf, and we covered I want to say Carnival of the Animals. I got animals on my brain because that's the poetry book. But so we covered that, and Intro to the Orchestra. There was all on the CD, and there were some worksheets and things that went along with that, and listening to those.
And then there were library books.
Yes, obviously, one thing I like about My Father's World, it has a really good extensive book list that then we would check out and do a lot of reading in addition to the curriculum that we have here. So, I think that pretty much covers it. I think that covered all the subjects. There was like a reading chart with it, learning phonics. Here's a little sample of what the Bible reader looked like. I've already packed that away, but where you'd color, and then he would then read the Bible reader. So as an overall review, I really liked the first grade curriculum. What do you think?
It's good.
What did you like most about it? What did you not like? Quit fiddling with your loose tooth and answer, please.
Music.
Music is what you like the most? You really like the music. Again, that was Peter and the Wolf, and we also colored pictures of it, listened to sections, different days, and we read a book about it that we had ourselves. But anyway, and then Carnival of the Animals and Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra, where we're really focused on the different sounds and identifying the different instruments. So that was one of your favorites. What's something you didn't like about the curriculum?
Math.
You didn't like what? Which math? The My Father's World math or the Math You See math?
Okay, just math was okay.
Math was okay? Come here. What math are you talking about that you weren't sure about? Can you stop scribbling for 2 seconds?
What was math you see?
What are you talking about? What do you mean? The math you see is the one that we watch the video and we do the worksheets with the blocks.
Oh, what was the My Father's World?
And the My Father's World math, it's apparently been too long for the boy, as you can tell, was some of these worksheets.
I do not remember that at all.
Wow. Okay. Summer brain drain, I guess. Anyway, okay.
Long ago.
So long ago. Okay. Anyway, so music was your favorite then, huh?
Music.
And you weren't sure about some of the math. But you did like the pattern blocks, right?
Yes,
I thought
I
you really,
did.
and that's kind of the math. I had to take his pencil for a second.
It's not a pencil.
We'll just stop for a second so we can do this video. Anyway, first grade. Would recommend.
Bye.
So yeah, that's first grade for you. Hope you enjoy the review. We will be starting into second grade
Yes.
on the 10th, and we'll see how well that goes. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.